G'day guys, welcome back to the Iron Empire. This time we get stuck back in the 65 Thunderbird, some tuning and some repairs. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to warm up the F250. I'm going to turn it around so that I'm loading it up downhill, makes it way easier. Yeah, drag this Thunderbird out. It's running like an absolute hairy goat. Did run a carby kit through it, but obviously it's not set right and the timing needs to be done. Exhaust gaskets need to be done, as in header gaskets. And yeah, basically it's running like an absolute heap. And I'm no good when it comes to tuning. So that's where Dave Lee comes in. We go see Dave and hopefully get this thing running nice and smooth. So then it's just basically cosmetic. So really keen to get this thing going sweet. Now we Dutch out the neighbourhood. It's not too bad right now. I think it's going to choke up. I think one of the needle and seat might be stuck. I think it starts just to gush fuel. But anyway, I'm going to try and get this on the trailer, hopefully without too much issue. Okay guys, so quick fill up and then we are on the road. Okay guys, so pretty much on the last leg now, out to Dave. It's not a long drive anyway, but out on the open road, this thing is freaking amazing. I'm loving this new rig. It tows like there's nothing even back there. It is super light on the power steering and it's just like soaks up all the bumps. Oh man, I'm so wrapped with this new rig. It is sick. Alright guys, so up at Dave's now, got the car in ready to go. Dave's still farting around with something else and he's seen the truck for the first time and we discussed some options for the F-truck, obviously of how to make that run better as well. The timing needed to be set and just was going to get him just to tweak the carby and stuff, but as soon as he seen it he knew straight away. Intake manifold, junk, standard, super low. Luckily, Dave had one of these. So this is an old school open plane manifold, which is perfect for gas. Higher rise, more of a direct runner straight down into the heads, so it should perform a heap better. So while I'm here, about to get stuck into the Thunderbird, I thought I'd quickly give it a clean and yeah, get this ready, and we'll eventually get that on the truck and get that running sweet as well. So 2 for 1 special. All right, so while that manifold is over there, basically soaking the degreaser, I'm gonna get stuck into this 390 big block. The intake manifold gasket on the driver's side is shot and it's just chuffing out, sounds terrible. So I might as well get stuck into that, fix that all up before we start doing the tune, because it will help it in the long run. So yeah, it looks like a pain in the ass, but I'm gonna get stuck into it right now. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the manifold undone now. I can't get the manifold completely out, but you'll see here where it's blown out. Just here. So I'm just going to seal that up because manifold gaskets are hard to get a hold of. So I'm going to seal that up with some sealant, tighten it back up, and then we'll start tuning.
Crank it again. Just take that needle and seat it again.
Alright, so we've gone backwards a step after driving off the trailer into here. I've obviously fixed this manifold gasket and now it doesn't want to fire. So it's just flooded beyond belief with how much fuel's coming out of this thing. So it's been doing that for the last, well, pretty much since I put the carby on. So there's a needle and seat issue. Changed one of those. That has now settled that down, but now the plugs are probably fouled up. So now I'm gonna pull all the plugs out, clean all those, and then start again. Alright guys, last plug going in, and then we start again. All over again. This is going in, and then it's going to fire up and idle smooth as silk. Perfect. Of course it's going to start. It's going to be perfect. Alright, ready? Much more better. I think just a lot of back and forth with it flooding up, and it just found the plugs. So now they're all sorted. Dave can tweak the tuning, tweak the timing, and yeah, test driver. Hopefully it's going to be mint. Alright, so far not too bad. Obviously fired up, idled really nice. Well, comparison to what it was. And check the vacuum, that come out really good. But it is very fuely, so I'm gonna pop this bowl off and gonna change the jet size and try again. Where are we going to?
Oh, I'm going to make a bit of a step going to 66. I'll just double check, because you never know.
Alright, cool. Alright, so bowls off, tightened up that accelerator pump there, and Dave is dropping the jet size down from a 69 to a 66, which tells me is a big jump, but it was super rich. So he's just double checking those jet sizes, putting them in, and then see how it goes. first drive since Dave sorted this thing out, and it is already going way better. I've just pulled over just so I can bang on the GoPro with the 3-footed monster onto the side of this car. Magnetizers on, easy as pie. We're gonna go for a cruise. I'm gonna go get some money out to give Dave for his help today. And yeah, already I've had a fail. Window that I fixed is not working again. So I'm halfway through the wiring on the window regulators here, and obviously super dicky old 60s wiring. So there's some more to do, but for now we're just gonna hit the road. I'm gonna try and get a few Ks on this thing, you know, just take it for sort of like a 10-minute spin, hopefully blow some cobwebs out of it, and see how it all goes. Okie dokie, back in the Thunderbird now. It's been about a week or so, and it's just been sitting. So I really like to see how this thing fires up after being super stone cold. I want to tinker with this a little bit today, hopefully get it ready for the weekend so we can go cruising in it. It's obviously still gonna need a lot of work, but if we can cruise it, why not? Let's give it a crack. Oh, dude. Didn't have to touch the throttle. So good. Dave Lee, absolute guru. It's just idling. This thing is stone cold. So today, first point of call, I need to do an oil change on this thing. It's got an STP oil and air filter on it. Obviously that's American stuff, so it hasn't been ever changed since it's been in Australia. Although it does look new, but after dicking around with it for so long, being flooded and just trying to get it running right for so long, I think there's just so much fuel just going down this thing. Dave reckons there's a bit of fuel down in the sump, so that sort of tends to settle, run down past the rings, and that's causing it to blow tons of smoke because this wasn't smoky before.
Whoa, that is not what I expected. Shit.
Well, Dave was on the money. Look how thin that oil is. And look how much there is. Overflowed. Had to put the sump plug back in. I don't know what's going on. Too much. We'll fix this. Alright, so now fill up with some 50 weight oil, which is sort of what it should have, I think. And I rang Dave before I put this in and just questioned him, why the hell did I get 12 litres of oil out of this car? I couldn't believe it. And although he already told me it's fuel, I couldn't believe it could be that much, but he assured me, he says he sees this all the time. Cars that aren't running right, if it's overfueling, it's literally just pouring petrol down the bores. It cannot burn all the fuel, and it just runs straight past the rings and will fill your sump with petrol. And obviously that can lead to engine failure, so he has to be on the ball with cars that come back to him and people that may say there's something wrong with an engine. You got to know why. There's always a reason. So if your car's not running right and it's a fuel issue, you got to be careful that you're not thinning your oil too much, because I'm lucky this was pretty much one drive of thin oil and then I'm changing it, but you wouldn't want to be doing it for too long. Anyway, we'll finish topping this up, and I want to see how this thing goes. Alrighty, so door trim's off now, and this motor, which I actually put in the car, I put the regulator, and because there was no regulator, this was just literally screwed up. I put this motor in, had it all working sweet, and now it's not working sweet. The only way I can get it to work is to literally jiggle the wires in the back of the motor. So that indicates to me that there's some wiring issues inside the actual motor. Went digging around the boot, and there were some spares. Unfortunately, driver's side spare, bad. That's very, very bad. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Realistically, that motor has to come back out again, or get that one rebuilt or something. But for now, I think honestly, the window's gonna come down, the window's gonna stay down. I just wanna drive it. Alright, so I couldn't help myself, decided to pull this motor down, and worst thing about it is as soon as I release the tension, bang, she spring loaded open. Regulators, didn't take notice of how it was, didn't take photos, stupid. I'll have to revert to Google to find out, or maybe YouTube to find out how the hell they put that back together. But the first thing I noticed when I started digging into this is that the backing plate that holds the whole shooting schmozzle together was broken. It was on a funky angle. And then the second thing that I noticed is that the brushes have been tampered with, they've been put in upside down, and it wasn't allowing the brush to slide in and out with the spring and maintain pressure on this shaft here. So I've turned that around, and I've got to somehow work out how to keep this backing plate square, level, and glue it up so it stays in place and holds even pressure. So I'm working my way through that now, and then hopefully I might have window regulator that works. Check it out. She bulk noisy, but the window is quicker than the bloody car. I can live with that. Let's get this door trim on. Alright guys, this is what it's all about. I'm done for the day. I'm happy with where the car is at, and I went down to my local car wash and gave it a bit of a once over, and actually enjoyed walking around the car and just giving it a clean. I'm just always under the pump lately, and I feel like I haven't actually enjoyed a car in a while. So I'm out. It's an awesome spring night, and I'm just going to go down to my local Auto 1 to pick up an accelerator cable for Andy's new Fairlane, and yeah, just get a few Ks on this Thunderbird. Since doing the oil change, it's no longer blowing any smoke. Since Dave tuned it, done an absolutely awesome job. It is purring like a kitten, and power steering, brakes are all great on this car so far. So this is my first real nice cruise. So I'm just going to circle this in tonight while I get the chance. That's what this is all about. Get in your project cars, no matter how far along it is. If it's unfinished, get in it and drive it, provided that it's safe. So if this goes all well tonight, I'm going to try and get this down to a local coffee and cars on Sunday morning, and yeah, to start enjoying it a little bit. Alright guys, so that's a wrap on the 65 this time around. As I mentioned in the last video, I do have a fresh batch of merch. I've got new OG tees and this new Bleeding Knuckles Forever design, which I'm super pumped on. So jump onto the online store and check that out. Also, if you'd like to support a good friend of mine, Dave Lee, there has been a few videos so far at his shop, and there hopefully will be plenty to come. Helped him knock up a design to support his business, Dave Lee Race Engines, with one of the coolest prints on the back here, blown motor with Dave Lee Race Engines logo. So if you want to jump on, I'm going to have them uploaded onto my store as well. So support the channel, support local business, and if you haven't, please like the video, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on upcoming episode of the Iron Empire. Cheers guys.